Hey guys, welcome back to Close Reading. Yesterday, we got a chance to read all about ancient toothpaste. I don't know about you guys, but I learned some really cool stuff, and I put it in my thinking job chart from yesterday. Hopefully, you guys did the same. Remember that your facts that you wrote down might look a little different than mine, because I pulled out the facts that I thought were the most important from the text or most interesting. You might have pulled out other facts that were interesting or most important to you. So the three facts that the author taught me were that toothpaste is created from sodium fluoride, which makes our teeth strong. Number two, the first toothpaste was made 1,600 years ago in Egypt. And my third fact is that Egyptians would use their finger rather than a toothbrush. The point of view, I said, was that the author thinks that people cared about their teeth long ago. Even with a lot of issues, Egyptians still wanted to brush their teeth. I found this in the last paragraph. It talked about how sometimes it was kind of painful, but it also talked about how that just proves that they cared a lot about their teeth a long time ago, just like we do today. So yesterday we got to explore some similarities and some differences to toothpaste long ago. Today, we're going to get a chance to read an article called A Brush with History. So it's going to give us some new, surprising, and interesting facts about toothbrushes and toothpaste used long ago versus today. I'm excited to dig into this text with you as I scroll through. We know the thing that really great readers do is the first thing we do is what? We write down our genre-based thinking jobs and decide what genre the text is. If you thought that in your brain, give yourself a pat on the back. You knew it. You're a great reader. Let's go. I'm going to scroll through the text, and as I scroll through, go ahead and decide what genre this is or what genre you think it is. Based off what you see here, go ahead and jot down in your notebook what genre you think this should be and what thinking jobs go with that genre. I'm going to do mine on my paper too. If you jotted down nonfiction and wrote down teach and point of view, you are correct. This is another nonfiction article about A Brush with History. Based off that title, the next thing that we do is we make a prediction. I think the article will be about. What do you think this article will be about? Based off maybe what we read yesterday, as well as our title and picture. Great. On my paper, I now have my prediction written down. If you need more time, please go ahead and pause the video here and write down your prediction. Now that we've predicted what we think will happen in the text, it is time for us to find out what is going to happen. So we are going to read through our text, and we're going to take some awesome notes as we go through. Starting on paragraph 1. You know it's important to brush your teeth with a toothbrush to keep them healthy. But how did people clean their choppers before toothbrushes were invented? The first tooth cleaners were thin twigs called chew sticks. The sticks were fuzzy at one end. A person rubbed the chew stick against his or her teeth to keep them clean. I thought this paragraph was really funny because I have a dog at home and I give her something that's called like a chew stick to keep her teeth clean. So I wonder if it was similar to that. So I'm going to look back at paragraph 1 now, and we're all going to make sure that we take note of what we learned here. So what have we learned so far in paragraph 1? Just jot down something interesting that you learned in this paragraph. For example, I learned that the first tooth cleaners were sticks called chew sticks. I thought that was a surprising or interesting fact because it reminded me of my dog. Now that we've written down our interesting fact from paragraph 1, we're ready to go and start reading paragraphs 2 and 3. About 200 years ago, William Addis invented something closer to today's toothbrush. He collected thick animal hairs called bristles. He attached the hairs to a handle made from animal bone. Addis found that lots of customers wanted his invention. People still wanted to improve the tooth cleaner, however. Animal hairs did not feel great against human teeth. Finally, man-made bristles were created. They were made out of nylon. Then, plastic was used for handles. Now toothbrushes could be made quickly and cheaply. Millions were sold. Wow, that is so cool. So now looking at paragraphs 2 and 3, I learned a lot more about toothbrushes than I knew yesterday. I learned more about this time about how toothbrushes were made. So let's go ahead and jot down a note here on our own this time. What did you learn about toothbrushes and how they were made? Pause here and go.
Jump, squat, turn around. Hey there, I'm Madison Keys. When I bounce the ball on top of my racket, jump up and down. When I bounce the ball on the ground, squat. When I spin my racket, turn around. Ready? Let's do this. Jump, squat, turn around. Jump, jump, squat, turn around. Jump, turn around. Jump, squat, jump, turn around. Squat, jump, turn around. Jump, 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 squat, turn around. Squat, turn around. Jump, turn around. Squat, turn around. Jump, squat, jump, squat, jump, turn around. Squat, squat, jump, jump, jump. That was amazing. Jump.
That generation. Places!
Now that we've written down our notes for paragraphs 2 through 3 on our own, we're ready to go and read paragraphs 4 and 5. The final 2 paragraphs. About 50 years ago, the electric toothbrush was invented. It does a great job of cleaning teeth. Today we have toothbrushes with soft or hard bristles. There are sizes for adults, children, and babies. Tooth cleaners have come a long way since chew sticks. Who knows what kind of tooth cleaner will be invented in the future? Wow, that's something to think about. So, in your notes for paragraphs 4 through 5, I would like you to jot down one thing the author taught you that you thought was interesting in these last 2 paragraphs, as well as what you think the author's point of view is based off what we've read. So 1 teach and 1 point of view here. Pause here and make sure you jot those ideas down. Once you have finished that, we are ready to make our genre-based thinking job chart. So we know when we make our chart, we do 1 section for teach, where we'll write down 3 things the author taught us, and 1 section with point of view. 1 point of view that the author thought about toothbrushes. Make sure you challenge your brain to make this chart in your notebook. I know that you can do it. Tomorrow we'll get a chance to compare the 2 articles we've read about toothbrushes and see how they are similar and how they are different. I cannot wait to explore this with you tomorrow. I hope you guys have a lovely Wednesday, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.